I want to speak to you today about something that can change the course of your life more profoundly than almost anything else. It is the recognition, awakening, and deliberate development of the potential that lies hidden within you. Each person carries within them an incredible array of abilities, talents, and capacities far beyond what we normally recognize. Yet too often we go through life unaware of what we are capable of achieving. We accept what is familiar, what is easy, what feels safe, and in doing so we leave enormous opportunities untapped. Hidden potential is exactly that. It is hidden. It lies quietly, sometimes for decades, until we choose to bring it to light through attention, intention, and action. It is the foundation of achievement, the source of personal satisfaction, and the key to success and fulfillment. Every individual possesses this potential, yet so few ever come close to realizing it. Why is that? Because using your full potential requires more than wishful thinking. It requires a clear vision, unwavering belief, consistent action, disciplined habits, and the courage to face fear and uncertainty. Too many people underestimate themselves because they allow others to define their limits. They hear voices saying, "You are not good enough. You lack the talent. You will never succeed." And they accept those opinions as truth. But your potential is not measured by what others believe about you. It is measured by what you are willing to explore, develop, and act upon within yourself. I have observed countless individuals who, at first glance, seemed ordinary yet accomplished extraordinary feats. What set them apart was not superior intelligence or superior circumstances, but a choice, a conscious decision. To look within themselves and ask, "What am I capable of?" And then they acted on that question. They pursued knowledge, practiced relentlessly, took calculated risks, and refused to be constrained by fear or self-doubt. That is how potential becomes reality. That is how greatness is built, one decision at a time, one day at a time, one deliberate action at a time. The first step toward unlocking your potential is awareness. You must recognize that your potential exists, that it has been dormant, and that it can be awakened at any moment if you choose to invest attention, thought, and effort into its development. Many people never pause to consider what they could achieve if they fully applied themselves. They drift through life, accepting what comes, never challenging themselves or their limits. The truth is that potential cannot remain dormant forever. Like a seed buried in the soil, it requires sunlight, water, and care to grow. Your talents and abilities require nurturing, and they need deliberate cultivation to flourish. Once awareness is established, the next step is belief. Belief is the engine that propels potential into action. You must genuinely believe in your capacity to grow, to learn, and to achieve. This belief is not mere optimism, it is a discipline. Conscious decision to trust in your ability to improve. Belief shapes effort, perseverance, and resilience. It transforms obstacles into opportunities. Without belief, your potential will stagnate. With belief, it awakens and stretches beyond what you ever imagined possible. You must tell yourself every day, "I am capable. I can learn. I can achieve more than I think," and you must act as if that belief is true. Next is focus. Hidden potential rarely reveals itself through scattered, unfocused effort. It emerges when we dedicate ourselves to a purpose, when we concentrate our energy, and when we commit fully to a path. Too many people dabble in life, trying a little of this, a little of that, and then wonder why they accomplish so little. Every hour invested in deliberate action compounds over time. Every hour wasted is an opportunity lost. To unlock your potential, choose what matters most and direct your full attention to it. The mind is a powerful instrument, but it requires concentrated focus to achieve mastery and growth. Courage is essential. Potential often lies beyond fear. To step into the unknown, to try new things, to test limits, requires bravery. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the recognition that something else is more important than the fear itself. It is the willingness to take action in uncertainty, to risk failure, and to embrace the lessons that come with each attempt. Hidden potential is not realized by those who hesitate. It is realized by those willing to step forward, even when the path is unclear, and to persist despite the difficulties. Persistence is critical. Rarely does anyone unlock their full potential overnight. It is the result of long-term, consistent effort. You must continue when the path is hard, when motivation wanes, when obstacles appear. You must learn from mistakes instead of allowing them to discourage you. The person who achieves greatness is not the one who never fails, but the one who never gives up. Perseverance turns talent into skill, skill into mastery, and mastery into achievement. Each day of consistent effort, no matter how small it seems, compounds into extraordinary results over time. Self-discipline is vital. Potential is unlocked when desire is paired with control over impulses, habits, and choices. Discipline allows you to act even when you do not feel like it, to continue practicing, learning, and striving despite fatigue, distraction, or doubt. Discipline is the bridge between intention and accomplishment. Without discipline, even the greatest talent or opportunity can be wasted. With discipline, even modest abilities can flourish into remarkable achievements. Reflection and self-assessment are key. To unlock potential, you must understand yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your patterns of thought, and your habits. Honest evaluation allows you to identify where improvement is needed and where you can maximize impact. Keep a journal, seek feedback, and make adjustments. Awareness and adaptation amplify the power of effort and focus, ensuring that your potential is nurtured in the right directions. Your environment shapes your growth. Surround yourself with mentors, teachers, colleagues, and friends who elevate your mind and inspire your growth. Distance yourself from negativity, jealousy, and cynicism. Attitudes are contagious, and your potential thrives in an environment that encourages learning, challenge, and positive energy. The people around you can lift you toward your potential or hold you back. Choose wisely. Visualization is a powerful tool. Picture vividly the life you want to live, the achievements you want to realize, the person you aspire to become. The mind cannot distinguish clearly between imagination and reality, and by consistently visualizing success, you prepare your subconscious to guide your actions, recognize opportunities, and reinforce belief. Many of the world's greatest leaders, athletes, and innovators have used visualization to awaken their abilities before they manifest it in reality. See it, believe it, and then act to make it real. Take full responsibility. Your potential cannot be realized while blaming others, waiting for luck, or relying on circumstances. Ownership is freedom. The moment you accept full responsibility for your thoughts, choices, and actions, your potential becomes actionable. You stop waiting and start creating. Commit to lifelong learning. Knowledge empowers action, and action unlocks potential. The world changes, opportunities evolve, and new challenges arise. Those who commit to constant learning expand their abilities, discover new talents, and unlock layers of potential that would otherwise remain dormant. Practice patience. Hidden potential often takes time to manifest. Growth is rarely instantaneous. You may not see immediate results, and that is normal. Respect the process. Trust that your consistent effort, discipline, and focus will yield results over time. The tallest trees begin as tiny seeds. The greatest musicians begin with simple notes. The most influential leaders began with small, deliberate actions. Be patient, stay committed, and allow your potential the time it needs to flourish. Embrace failure as a teacher, not a punishment. Every mistake, setback, or struggle contains a lesson for growth. Those who embrace failure as feedback accelerate their progress. Potential is unlocked not in comfort, but in challenge. It is through overcoming obstacles that we discover capacities we never imagined. Take action daily. Potential remains dormant without deliberate, consistent effort. Each small step compounds into remarkable results. Begin now. Act where you are. Use what you have. Do not wait for perfect circumstances. Progress, no matter how small, activates hidden potential. Understand the power of attitude. Your mindset shapes how you approach every challenge, opportunity, and interaction. A positive, growth-oriented attitude magnifies potential. A negative, defeatist attitude suppresses it. Choose thoughts that reinforce belief, hope, and determination. Guard your mind as your most valuable possession, because it determines whether your potential is realized or wasted. Set clear goals. Potential is guided by direction. Without goals, effort scatters. Decide what you want to achieve, break it into steps, pursue it relentlessly. Goals give structure to effort, measure to progress, and clarity to purpose. They transform hidden abilities into visible achievements. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude shifts perspective, focusing on abundance rather than limitation, on possibility rather than fear. Recognize the gifts you already possess and the opportunities ahead. Gratitude nurtures optimism, fuels persistence, and reinforces belief in your capacity to grow. As I continue speaking with you, I want you to understand that unlocking your hidden potential is not a destination. It is a journey. It is a journey that requires dedication, persistence, and a willingness to face yourself honestly. Every day presents an opportunity to grow, to stretch your abilities, and to expand the horizons of what you believe is possible. Your potential is like a reservoir of untapped energy. It is vast, yet it requires deliberate effort to draw from it. The more you invest in developing yourself, the more that reservoir becomes a source of unstoppable power. Consider the stories of those who rose above ordinary circumstances to achieve greatness. Look at the life of someone like Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Imagine the perseverance, the belief, and the vision required to persist despite repeated failure. Or think of Helen Keller, who overcame the greatest imaginable obstacles to communicate, inspire, and educate millions. These examples are not anomalies. They are illustrations of what happens when a person refuses to accept limitation and commits fully to discovering and expressing their potential. I want to emphasize that potential grows in proportion to the challenges you face and overcome. Comfort and routine will not awaken it. You must step outside of your comfort zone. You must dare to take on challenges that seem impossible. It is in those moments of uncertainty, in those times of difficulty, that the mind and spirit are stretched and new capabilities are revealed. Each challenge conquered, each obstacle navigated, each fear faced expands the range of what you are capable of achieving. Now, let us consider the role of habits in unlocking potential. Habits are the invisible architecture of our lives. The repeated actions you take every day either build your capabilities or erode them. Great achievers understand this and carefully cultivate habits that align with their goals, that reinforce their belief, and that strengthen their skills. They do not leave their growth to chance. Every successful person I have studied has a set of daily practices, disciplined, purposeful, and consistent, that compound over time to produce extraordinary results. To unlock your potential, you must examine your habits and ensure they support, rather than hinder, your growth. Equally important is the mastery of time. Time is the most democratic resource we possess. Everyone has the same 24 hours. How you use your time determines whether your potential remains latent or is fully expressed. Focused, intentional use of time creates momentum. Wasted time dissipates energy and opportunity. Break your days into segments dedicated to learning, practicing, reflecting, and creating. Prioritize the tasks that move you closer to your goals. Avoid distractions and trivial pursuits that drain your energy. Time, when used wisely, is a catalyst for unlocking hidden potential. I also want to talk about emotional intelligence and its connection to potential. Your ability to understand and manage your emotions, as well as the emotions of others, profoundly influences your effectiveness. Those who develop self-awareness, empathy, and interpersonal skills can navigate complex situations, build stronger relationships, and create opportunities that others cannot. Potential is not just about knowledge or skill. It is about how you apply your abilities in the real world. Emotional mastery amplifies your influence and multiplies the impact of your actions. Another key to awakening potential is creativity and imagination. Too often, people confine themselves to what has been done before, to what seems safe or conventional. Potential is unlocked when you allow yourself to imagine new possibilities, to think beyond current limitations, and to explore untested paths. Great inventors, entrepreneurs, and leaders often achieve what others consider impossible simply because they dared to imagine it first. Your mind is a powerful engine of creation. Feed it with ideas, explore possibilities, and then take action to bring those ideas to life. I must also stress the importance of service and contribution. The greatest potential is realized not in isolation, but in how you contribute to the lives of others. When your actions improve, inspire, or empower those around you, your abilities expand beyond your personal sphere. Serving others provides context, purpose, and motivation that accelerates growth. Look for ways to apply your skills and talents in ways that benefit others. In doing so, you unlock aspects of yourself that you may have never realized existed. Persistence in the face of adversity cannot be overstated. Life will present setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. The difference between those who awaken their potential and those who do not lies in how they respond to these challenges. Do not allow temporary difficulties to define your limits. Each setback carries lessons that, if embraced, accelerate growth. Resilience, the ability to recover, adapt, and continue forward, is a hallmark of those who fulfill their potential. I want you to understand that growth is a cumulative process. Small, consistent actions compound over months and years to produce extraordinary results. 1 hour of focused effort today may seem insignificant, but over a lifetime, it can create achievements that others can only dream of. The same principle applies to learning, reflection, and the cultivation of habits. The greatest potential is realized not in leaps, but in consistent, deliberate steps taken over time. Your mindset is the most powerful tool you have. Choose thoughts that reinforce growth, possibility, and belief. Guard against negative self-talk, doubt, and comparison. Your mind is the control center for your potential. It shapes how you perceive challenges, how you approach opportunities, and how you respond to obstacles. A mindset oriented toward growth and positivity acts as an amplifier, turning talent and effort into achievement. I also urge you to embrace curiosity and experimentation. Potential is unlocked by those willing to explore, to question, and to try new things. Do not fear mistakes. They are indicators of learning. Test ideas, practice skills, and be willing to adjust as you go. Curiosity fuels learning, and learning fuels the discovery and expansion of potential. Decision-making plays a pivotal role. Every day, we make countless choices that either limit or expand our capabilities. Potential is awakened by decisive action. Those who hesitate, procrastinate, or allow indecision to dominate often leave their abilities dormant. Choose deliberately, act boldly, make decisions that align with your highest aspirations, and then follow through with consistency and commitment. Equally, develop self-reliance and personal accountability. Your potential cannot depend on others. It must be cultivated and claimed by you. Take responsibility for your growth, your actions, and your outcomes. Blame excuses and dependency suppress potential. Ownership empowers it. The moment you claim full responsibility, you activate a chain reaction that propels you toward greater achievement. I want to emphasize the importance of vision. Your potential becomes tangible when you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. The mind works toward what it can clearly perceive. Set vivid goals, imagine them in detail, and align your daily actions with that vision. Without vision, effort is directionless. With vision, potential finds its path. The power of adaptability also cannot be ignored. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances change. Those who awaken their potential are those who can adjust, learn, and apply themselves effectively in any situation. Flexibility allows you to maintain progress even when obstacles arise. The ability to pivot, to learn, and to improvise expands the scope of what you can achieve. Gratitude and humility nurture growth. Recognize your strengths, acknowledge your progress, and remain humble in your achievements. Humility opens the mind to learning, reflection, and collaboration, while gratitude reinforces optimism, resilience, and motivation. Together, they create an inner environment where potential can thrive. Every day presents an opportunity to invest in yourself. Time spent learning, practicing, reflecting, and creating compounds exponentially. The smallest consistent efforts, when maintained over months and years, produce results that seem miraculous to those who did not witness the journey. Hidden potential is revealed in these moments of daily, deliberate action.